You know, some people like to leave their mark. Daniel Boone liked to leave his mark. And I am almost positive he left his mark right here in Floyd County. I'm super excited. This is something that I think I'm getting ready to look at and maybe even put my hands on a piece of history. A few people have heard about it. That's how I heard about it. It was a rumor. I saw a picture, one picture online, and I thought, oh, that can't be real. But if it's real, then this is going to be one of the coolest things I've ever done and ever seen. Got a little bit of a hike. We brought the side-by-side up as far as we could. Now, Shane says we have to go over the hill on foot now, so here we go. I'm just glad on this one that I've got somebody going ahead of me looking for snakes. You guys hear me say all the time that I'm an old news reporter, but this is one instance when that old news reporter's contacts and the relationships that I built 10 years ago are paying off today, because it's somebody that I interviewed as a news reporter that messaged me and told me about this. So what we're going to look at today is a rock that has the initials DB and the year 1775 carved in it. So you know the story that I just did about the salt springs in the community of David. Well, we are just up the mountain from that and over a couple of ridges. So it's completely doable. The time frame is about the same. It wasn't the exact year that we know he was in David, but he was in this area during this time span. So could this be real? Yes. Now, how I knew about it is Shane messaged me, and you're the one that's actually put your eyeballs on it. You're taking us there today.
I heard about the rock growing up, and it was always a legend, local legend. There was a rock with the Daniel Boone's initials in the year 1775 carved in it, and I never dreamed I would ever find it. I was actually, my father bought the property that it's located, that adjoins it, and I was back in the hills squirrel hunting, just having a cold water and sitting on a rock and looked down and seen the numbers, and when I would scratch the moss back, you could see the initials.
And now we're gonna go look at it. I'm gonna put my hands on it. So we're in the general area where Shane dropped a pin on his phone the last time he was here. So we're trying to find it. It's on one of these big rocks. So imagine you're out squirrel hunting and you sit down on a rock just to look around and enjoy nature for just a minute. And you look down and you see 1775 looking right back at you. That legend that you've heard about your entire life is right there.
I think this right here is going to be it.
No way. Gosh, this has been there a long time. Guys, this is not me just drawing in the sand. That is carved in that rock. All the moss had grown over it. We almost didn't find it. Here's the B. Yep. I mean, I can feel it. We're gonna pour some water on it here in a second, but there's your DB. Where's the 17?
Here's the ones here. You can see the old writing, the 7 and the 7 and the 5 should be right in here.
God. I'm gonna run out of water. There it is. There's the B. Yeah. It took somebody a minute or two to do this. So there's the 7. You see the 7? Here's the other 7. There's the 5. I don't know if you can see it. So we found it. Do we know who DB was? No, we'll never know. But do we know that in that time frame that Daniel Boone was right here in Floyd County? We do. We know that he killed a buffalo just a couple ridges over. We know he was here. Think about it. There were buffalo, there were elk, he might have been squirrel hunting. But to think that Daniel Boone was sitting right here on this rock and carved his initials, which we know he did carve his initials a lot of places. You know, some people like to leave their mark. Daniel Boone liked to leave his mark. And I am almost positive he left his mark right here in Floyd County.